it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard.
I have no idea what's happening. Oh, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back. And, of course, it's Marvel Monday reviews with me, Dorkpool. So, today I'm reviewing X-Men Days of Future Past. Yes, I want to just get all the reviews of the X-Men franchise done now. So, directed by Bryan Singer, the director of the original movie, starring Hugh Jackman, Jennifer Lawrence, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Ellen Page, yada yada yada, who else? Nicholas Hoult. There's just a lot going on in this movie. Oh, and Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, aka Tyrion Lannister. So, if you remember the Backnerd saying in his review on The Wolverine, he said that there's a mid-credits scene that sets the events for this movie. So we start in a post-apocalyptic future where mutants are losing in a war against the Sentinels, those big robot things, which only ever made a brief cameo as a rolling head in X-Men The Last Stand. So anyway, Kitty, played by Ellen Page, has not only the ability to walk through walls, but the ability to mentally send someone back in time, but only for a few days, cause she'll fry their brains out. Then Wolverine says that he'll go back in time mentally because he has the regenerating cells in his brain, which is very handy. And they plan to prevent the war before it starts, cause apparently it was Mystique who started the war, because in 1973, she killed Tyrion Lannister, who made the Sentinels. So, yeah, next thing, we're in two time zones, 1973 and 2023. Yes, 50 years, Wolverine goes back in time and shit. Okay, so what did I like about this movie? I liked a lot about this movie. I think that's what the franchise had been missing for a while, you know? Bryan Singer's touch. He directed the first movie and the second movie, and I think him coming back as director made it all a lot better. So yes, I also like Hugh Jackman again, leading this time. More screen time and stuff in this one. And yeah, he was just going at it. I also loved the lovely Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. And I also like Peter Dinklage, how he played the bad guy and stuff. Or was he the bad guy? We also had Magneto in it, played by Michael Fassbender in the past, and Ian McKellen in the future. And also I liked at the start, James McAvoy's Xavier was an asshole, and Patrick Stewart's Xavier was old and wise. So I liked the performances of that. I also liked how both the franchises, the cast of the old and new, clashed together in this movie. Especially when James McAvoy briefly met Patrick Stewart, his future self, by tapping into Wolverine's mind. Now, of course, that's when he realized he has to give up the serum that enables him to walk, cause it also stopped his mutant power. We also had Nicolas Cage in this as Beast, in his human-reduced form. Turns out he found a way to repress his mutant self as well. So, what else did I like about this one? I also liked how, Wolverine changed the whole future of the X-Men franchise. And, of course, because of this one, it canceled out the events of X-Men The Last Stand. Which I absolutely fucking love, because that way we can now really forget that third movie ever existed. And that's what I loved about this one. How they rebooted the whole timeline in the X-Men franchise. So yeah, that's what I loved in this one. We had X-Men First Class set in the 60s, and now we have X-Men Days of Future Past set in the 70s. Then we had X-Men Apocalypse, which we will get to one day, which we will get to next. Not now, but in the next review when I'm back. But in the 80s, and I imagine Dark Phoenix will be set in the 90s. Okay, so yeah, X-Men Days of Future Past. I can't think of much to dislike apart from the scenes in the future where it looked shit and run down and stuff. I didn't like the Sentinels, how they changed as well in the future, but I loved how they stayed close to the original as we see in the comics in the 70s. Okay, so with all that being said, I am going to give X-Men Days of Future Past. This is also based on a comic book series as well. What else can I tell you? Oh, and be sure to keep watching till after the credits, because there is an end credit scene where we see the events of the next movie beginning. Oh yes, X-Men Apocalypse. But that's not for today. So yes, X-Men Days of Future Past. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I thought it was shot great. I thought Bryan Singer did a great job directing this. So with all that being said, I am going to give X-Men Days of Future Past... You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give X-Men Days of Future Past 4 hot Wolverine asses out of 5. So that's been my review on X-Men Days of Future Past. I've been your host, Dorkpool, and... yeah, if you like, let me know what you think of this video down in the comments. If you like this video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and follow my buddy, the Bat Nerd, on social media. So until next time, Dorkpool out.
Don't give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the mother wonder if you did it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am life, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy.